Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan from Playtest VR, and welcome back to episode 66 of Let's Talk Oculus. I am joined by none other than Samson. Welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
Oh, Santa Samson VR here.
Santa Samson, you probably scared a lot of people in the audio one right there. But if you're on the video, you are wearing a Santa's hat. I am wearing a Christmas jumper, which I've worn for the last couple of months. I'm not gonna lie. This is the Christmas episode in a way.
Allow me to give the YouTubers another show off my
Ooh
complete
la la.
attire there.
I am not going to describe it. You know, you have to look at the video to see what Samson just did on camera there. It is, I would say, what is it? Almost X-rated. It's rated R at least.
Let's just say I could start a VR OnlyFans with that one.
Interesting. And what are you drinking right there?
This is some hot cocoa in my Smash Drums mug that I won via a TikTok competition.
Very good.
And my hot cocoa is made with oat milk, and it's quite delicious.
How fancy of you. I have also got hot cocoa. Coca?
Whatever you want to call it, dude.
Whatever you want to call it.
What do you do? Do you drink this in Britain? I don't know.
I have got what is it? I'm using soy milk for the hot cocoa.
Very nice, very nice.
Soy milk. So we're saving the cows. We're saving the cows. In today's episode, it is the Quest Christmas Buyer's Guide. So we'll be going through what hardware, accessories, and a bunch of games / apps that we recommend that you pick up for this holiday. Whether you're either new to the VR scene or a seasoned veteran at this point. In fact, to be fair, people who have listened to this show all year will probably hear a lot of things that we've just mentioned all year just because this is what we recommend and what we play.
Yeah, I was trying to create my list and I was like, these are just the things that everybody knows I play.
Well, everyone who's just listened to it all year round, if so, just stay along for the ride. Obviously, we'll also be doing a little bit of a catch-up first because it's been a while since me and Samson have both been on the show, just just together, because I think we had 3 guests in a row. And the last 2 you weren't here for. And we have another couple of guests.
Feels good. Feels good to be back. Sorry.
It's good to have you back. We also have a couple of guests coming up later on this month, but we thought we'd mix it up and give you a regular show. Because it's been a while. But before we begin, Let's Talk Oculus is available every single Wednesday on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. We're also on YouTube, so go on YouTube if you want to see what Samson did earlier, because it was quite interesting and it may scar me for a while. But we also have a Discord if you want to join in, play multiplayer games. We've got big screen hangouts coming up this month. We've got a couple Christmas movies, which we've yet to decide which Christmas movies. But join us on the Discord and definitely jump in with that. We're also going to try and do some sort of festive walkabout competition as such later on too.
Yes, some exciting December activities for us in that Discord. So come on down.
Samson, before we kind of get into the main topic, let's catch up a little bit. Normally we do a what you've been playing this week, but what have you been playing / doing in the last 3 weeks?
Yes. Well, I have shown off VR to several new people, sold my my second Quest. I now am down to just one. I only have my go-to Quest now.
Wow.
That's it. None for friends.
Did you have 2 before or 3?
I did at one point have 3.
Why would one have 3 in the first place?
I
only have one head.
There were a couple times I used all 3 when I hung out with my college friends, but yeah, it was few and far between, and I eventually, realized that and was like, let's just get more people in some VR.
Yeah.
So I gave them to some friends' kids. Well, sold one, gave one away.
Nice. So now you're going to get those kids in VR who are always angry in Among Us, is what you're trying to say.
Yep. I was like, yo, go to Among Us, go to Rec Room. All right.
Poker Stars, all those type of... Fair enough. Did you have a nice vacation?
Yeah, it was quite nice. I have I've been doing quite well.
Hmm.
And then I showed another friend introduced another friend, not a child, and it was her first time in VR as well. Tutorial and some Beat Saber.
Is that tutorial meaning first steps, is what you're saying?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. And then some Beat Saber
Um,
Classic.
and then what have I been playing? Synth Riders here and there. This this Santa gut. I gotta get into more Synth Riders, not gonna lie.
I also got the
Um,
Santa gut, don't you worry about it.
yeah,
That time, isn't it? Is that time?
yes.
Unapologetically. And with the I have the Quest Pro, obviously. I have this space for my mouth to eat things while I'm painting in Vermilion or something like that.
Oh man, yeah, it's not great. On my body, that is. But yeah, Synth Riders, and I think that's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't I bought what the bat and I haven't yet hopped in.
Mm,
I
mm.
read there were some like bugs early on, so I was waiting for a few patches.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I've actually also played What the Bat. I've actually played that, so I'll talk about
Yeah?
it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah, I'll talk about it in a second. So essentially, I had laser eye surgery last Friday, and I've also been sick during that time. It's actually maybe the perfect time to be sick. I had like a cold because I was knocked out from the surgery anyway.
Mm-mm.
So I haven't actually over the last weekend, I haven't really played any VR until today on recording, which is a Monday. Even then, just short spurts because my eyes get dry very quickly. But anyway, laser eye surgery is absolutely fine. On Discord, I posted that. But in terms of VR, I think over the last 3 weeks, it was a lot of social VR with the Discord group, the Among Us. Love Among Us so much,
Yeah,
honestly.
great time.
It's amazing how I've said this before, how simple that game is, yet it's just so much fun because it's really that community of friends that you're in, and it's just hilarious. It's also the art of I realized this the other day where lying to somebody through VR, because VR is so immersive and it feels like you're with the person with the presence, right? Lying to someone is much harder than lying to someone on like Zoom or Discord chat
It's so
or
interesting you say that because sometimes when I would play Among Us with friends, we would have our Discord cameras on, like
yeah,
we would play with our cameras. So
yeah.
I found it very difficult because you're like actually seeing my
Hmm.
face and all that when we were playing. Whereas in the VR, it's just you have
Yeah,
hands, but there's no facial features giving
true.
away. You're like, oh, I'm looking up and to the left, that type of.
That's true. I just seems like I can't stop laughing if I might be one of the worst liars rather, because I just laugh. And even if I'm not the imposter, I still pretend like I am because it's
Just,
quite funny.
just give yourself up.
It's quite funny, but that's the kind of last 3 weeks. But very recently, Forever Pool, the newest installment from the Forever series. Forever Pool is when I got it, slightly buggy. But they've sorted out a few of the bugs. They're still not like perfect or anything like that. I had fun in it when playing Forever Pool. Pool is just it's an adjustment period because you're not actually doing the same motion as Pool, right? Because
Yeah, it's
arm is
definitely
further
a
back
yeah.
normally and such, right? Um, but with Forever Pool, your arms are in front of you, and I think that's just because of the Quest 2, right? But I'm curious to see if they just
We
made
don't
one.
all have the Quest Pro. Sorry, Dan.
Hey, these controllers now work for the Quest 2. Thank you very much. But
Did you do that yet? Did you try it?
I haven't yet, no, because there's nothing that really takes advantage of it yet, so there's no real point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of wish it was the full proper motion, but I understand why it isn't because of the tracking. Um, but nonetheless, still a fun time.
Is there Bluetooth in the controllers?
In the in both, yeah, well, both controllers are Bluetooth, yeah.
So I wonder if you could like eventually hook them to your phone, for
I've seen people
use a
hook them to
stylus
their
and
PC, and the
okay.
um the flat edge of the Quest Pro controllers is like a stylus,
Oh, the touchpad. Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
touchpad, yeah. So they are just standard Bluetooth controllers in a way, but whether or not that it has the drivers too. But
Right.
Um, so I played Forever Pool, that was one. The other one that I played a while back now was Smash Drums. They had a new update, which is called the Classic Mode update. And essentially, it took me a second to understand what to do, but imagine like Guitar Hero with the grid that comes to you, but you're not actually, in Smash Drums, you're standing up, the drums are coming at you, you're hitting the drums and such, right? This time you're sat down at like a proper drum set.
Hmm.
So everything's stationary, like you're playing the drums, quote unquote, and then the markers come in front of you, just like Guitar Hero, and you have to hit the right drum, right? Much harder
And
than
the
you think.
drums are colored to the
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So the kick drum is colored red and the snare is colored blue or something like that, right? But much harder than you think. Like I had to put on easy to kind of get through the songs. Like
Really.
yeah, it's hard. It's an adjustment period. It's so much different. And I feel like
I
Guitar
used
Hero
to
is easy.
struggle hard with Guitar Hero, so
I
do you prefer it?
Do I prefer the mode? Yeah, I
Yeah.
do actually. I think it's a great idea. It's like I haven't played it yet. I never it's on my wish list and I know Kimberly's been telling me to play it for so long, but like Ragnarok, for example,
Hmm.
that's stationary drums and it kind of works the same way. The only difference I think Ragnarok has just got a horizontal line of drums, right?
Yeah, it's
Because you're
just
on the
four or
boat.
five of them. Yeah, that one's fun. Yeah,
Yeah. Where this one is obviously your drum set, right? So things are
yeah.
say higher and such. But it took me a while. I did message the developer about Smash Drums saying it took me a second to realize that I have to sit down because it's like a normal drum
Oh,
set.
you tried to play standing.
Standing up, I was like, I don't understand this. What kind of a mode is this?
That's funny. It just did not work. Like, because there's a drum at the bottom.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's too
sure. I mean,
low.
I think
Yeah.
the kick happens on its own in a way, because you can't really put your foot and stamp your foot or anything like that.
Right.
But overall, like it works well, and I've seen a lot of people really like that mode, and it's catching on quite a lot. So if you have Smash Drums, definitely check out that update. Okay, let's go a bit left field. Go left field. Let's go actually so far left field. I tried Amaze VR with Megan the Stallion, which
Yep,
was
yep,
like
yep, yep. That's
a
like the
VR
concert thing,
concert.
right? Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I
yeah.
installed it, but I did not go into that. So go on.
Yeah, I went in it today, and basically it's just a demo because you have to pay for the actual concert. There's one, two, three, four, five songs, maybe four. No, sorry, four songs.
Okay.
For basically different concerts, and I think for the full pack it costs like $8. I think it
Okay.
was.
It's
Well, that
not
might be
bad.
the sale price at the moment, but it says $8. I didn't buy it. Just a demo was enough. But essentially, it's kind of a VR concert, but it felt like a VR music video in a way. And you're in the center. I mean, it does some. It's hard to explain because you go through some VR things. There's triangles in the air, and you have to shoot the triangles before you come
It's like
into the concert.
interactive.
Yeah, it's slightly interactive until you get to the actual concert itself. When you get to the
Interesting.
actual concert yourself, you kind of you sit down, stand up, whatever. But Megan is in the middle, and she's
Are there other people? Is it social?
not from the demo.
Okay,
I don't know if
gotcha.
the actual paid one is a social one. But essentially she's not wearing very much, shall we just say? Not wearing very much. Um, and she's doing her song, and so I'm not a fan of her. I don't listen to Megan Thee Stallion. I know people who do, and more power to them. But so the music didn't really resonate with me. But in terms of the actual VR concert experience, she was in perfect detail. Because I've
Okay.
seen VR concerts on
Yeah.
Oculus TV and such, and they're blurry. Okay, but this one, she is in absolutely perfect detail. I don't know how,
It's
like,
like
if you
high
buy.
def too. It's not like it
It's
looks like
perfect. Like
you're
she's
at
right
her.
in front of me. It's like a
Yeah.
supernatural in a way. If we played supernatural, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
person's
yeah.
in front of you, but even more in depth. Like she is right in front of you,
Okay.
and the camera kind of moves around her, and she's always looking at the camera and such. And yeah, the clarity is fantastic. It just didn't feel like a concert. I think that's probably because there's no one
You were
with me.
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was just it was a weird. It felt like a 2003 um like Britney Spears video or something like that or Destiny's Child video or something like that,
All right.
But it felt like that kind of vibe in there. But top quality in terms of quality of concerts. It's probably the best concert that I've ever seen,
How
quality wise.
long was it?
The demo is probably about a minute or two tops.
That's it?
Yeah, a couple minutes. I mean, the song, it's not the full song either. It's like a
Hold
verse and
on.
chorus.
It's $8 for the song.
No, it's $8, but it comes with four songs.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
$2 a song.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think you can buy them separately as well, but yeah, if you wanted to. But anyway, best VR concert I've ever seen in terms of quality of
All right,
image.
I'm buying it. Everybody, listen next when in a couple weeks. I'll have a report back. I'm gonna buy it. You've convinced me.
Big Megan the Stallion. And now, if it was Cardi B,
I wouldn't
I might
I
be
wouldn't
into it.
go I wouldn't go so far as to call me a big fan, but I'm
Curious.
fan enough of VR and curious enough about this high quality
It's
concert.
interesting. It's interesting too that this is App Lab as well. It's on App Lab Amaze VR. So, yeah, definitely check it out because it's free just to have a look and just to see the quality. It's like okay, this is probably how you do VR concerts moving forward. This is
I
like a
mean, see,
metaverse kind of concert.
you didn't even get a whole song.
No, no, I've got like a verse and a
I need
chorus.
a whole song. I need at least one whole song. All right.
All right, you can report back next time.
I'm gonna
Next
do it.
time.
You've convinced me. You've done that first
We
step,
spent
and
much
now
longer on this segment as well. I didn't think we were going to spend long.
all right, let's amaze VR out of here.
Okay, let's go into the three fun games that I really played. First of all, went into Cubism for the first time in
First time.
mixed
Okay.
reality and such. I didn't have it downloaded. I've played it way before, but I just didn't have it downloaded. Um, Really good. Also did the hand tracking and such. I haven't been in Cubism for a long, long, long time. And doing it in the Pro is cool because it's just in the middle of your room and the pieces are just floating, and obviously you got the calming music and everything of Cubism.
Can you do you so you know how in Demio your dice would like roll off your table? Can you
Yeah.
like put the pieces on your table?
Oh, I haven't tried that. That's a good because they just float. They just float.
Yeah.
So I guess technically you could, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried that actually. That's an
Yeah.
interesting one. If you just sat at your desk playing them and keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not thought about that. Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look. I'll try that one out for you. But really good. It's also on sale now. It's been on sale for a while, so definitely pick it up if you haven't, because it's like $5 or something.
Yeah.
I
Buy
tried
that game.
Vermilion, which is the painting app. Reason why is because Kimberly, fan of the show, Patreon, recommended this to me as like a
Big
mixed
fan of
reality
the show,
game.
I hear.
Yeah, she's a big fan, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard her name a couple of times now. But she recommended it to me. She convinced me because she said she can't draw slash do art to save her life, and then she posted some images in of paintings in our Discord, and I was like, okay, if you said you can't do that, because I really can't draw to save my life, but
Yeah, those were good.
really
I
good.
don't know if she's listening or not, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if he listens to every show, but yeah.
those are really good though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And then I went into it and it is really, really cool. And it's very realistic with I mean, not like I'm a painter or anything, but the brushes do what you expect, right? Even mixing colors and
There
such.
are
And
so many brushes.
there are so many brushes, yeah. Have you played it before or
Oh yeah, yeah. I
yeah?
got that one on Steam pretty early on, I think. I too terrible at the art.
Yeah.
Um when it comes to painting and like drawing. I'm a better like craftsman, if you will. You know.
Mm. You know
Like
how to
I
put a
can
shelf up or something.
no, 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 no. That's I've
That's
I've
DIY.
used the wrong word. Yeah, I've gone and done it. My mom's into card making, so I'm decent at card like
Oh, okay.
stamping,
Like crafts and such.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, arts and craft, like an AC more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it.
Um, yeah,
Nice.
better at that. And photography, better at photography too. But anyway, moving right along.
Vermilion's really, really. I'm not sure if it's really good. I don't know if it's for me. Like I had fun in it, and the tutorials are really good. Like as soon as you complete the initial like onboarding steps, I would say, you have like a bunch of videos, and like one of them is like a Bob Ross kind of one. But it's the actual, I don't know if it's the actual creator of Vermilion, but someone from that team in the actual game itself, showing you step by
It's
step
like
how
they're
to.
there in the room with you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the bird that Kimberly posted in the Discord was on there as a tutorial too. So I did a bit of the Bob Ross one, and I was like, this is actually really, really cool. But I don't know if I have the patience to sit there and paint for so long. I don't know if it's for me in that sense, but I really appreciate it. I think it's a really good app. And I think a lot of people would like that just to chill out and just especially if you have the pro, just because you have the airflow coming into your eyes, you can see all your surroundings a bit better. It's in color pass through. I can see that working really well, but also on the Quest 2 as well. Um, Last one is What the Bat. What the Bat is it, well, how could I say this?
Weird.
It's really weird, but it's
Wait, did
really
you ever play
fun.
What the Golf? Did you
Never
ever
played
play
What the
what?
Golf,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's a spoiler. It's right at the start. You kind of play What the Golf in What the Bat
Okay.
for like a brief, like a couple
Yeah,
puzzles
yeah.
or something, and it's quite
Gotcha.
fun. But it's really good. It's one of those things that I remember it was first of all, it's $25. I thought it was too expensive. And when I bought it, because I was like, okay, a lot of reviews saying that this is actually really good and really
Yeah.
fun. So I was like, okay, let's have a jump into it. And I was like, okay, one more puzzle, one more puzzle, one more puzzle,
Yeah,
one more
because they're
puzzle.
short. They're pretty
They're
short.
short, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really easy to just go in, spend like 10 minutes on a world and then get out kind of thing. But it's really fun. I'm interested to see what happens later on in the game. Like, does it get harder? Does it get more challenging? Because the first three worlds that I've played are fairly simple and sometimes just hilarious because it's like why aren't you not working? Like I was trying to pour coffee for these cats in this kitty cafe and, and I was just kept missing the coffee mug every single time. But it's fun.
Just
It's
goofy
clever.
physics and yeah, fun. Yeah.
Just fun, goosey physics. For $25 right now, I'm not regretting that purchase at all because it's just a good fun. I just don't know how long this is going to be, if it's going to be a short experience or something like that, or if they're planning to do DLC going down the road or something like that. But yeah, What the Bat is at the moment very fun, very fun. And then
Yeah.
you either get What the Bat or you get Saints and Sinners Part Two.
Yeah, I saw that they have like a special edition too for like $50. I was like,
For
whoa,
Saints and
okay.
Dinners, yeah, with
Yeah.
like an extra couple weapons
Yeah, you
and
get like a cool skin.
yeah, that's a lot for that. I'm saving that one for PlayStation VR, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm saving that one for PC.
Yeah, for sure. And that's pretty much it. I did dive into the last Clockwinder, which won not one VR best game. It just I was on the Meta store as like best game this year. Last Clockwinder. VR
Yeah.
with Jasmine rather recommended it, right? And I started it just before this podcast, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can just like start and play the first couple levels. Couldn't even do the first one. I got really stuck. And I was like, okay, I need to just do this one in my own
Focus.
time. And
Yeah.
yeah. But it was a nice start, a nice little story. Has like proper voice actors and such. So
No, that's good.
I can see myself diving into that. But I'll talk about that one more next time. But that's pretty much what I've been playing. And I really need to sip of my hot cocoa.
Yeah, mine's nearly gone.
Yeah, because I think I've just been rambling on for so long.
It's pretty good though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Love me some oat milk.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's dive in. Let's dive into the Quest Xmas buyer's guide, and then we'll
Let's
talk about any.
slay it.
Okay, yeah, let's slay it. Let's do that. Okay, so the Xmas Quest buyer's guide. What we thought we're gonna break this down into categories. So starting off with hardware, even though that's gonna be a quick one.
I was
Then
gonna say I just went straight ahead to accessories.
yeah, you got accessories, and then we were kind of with the apps. We kind of broke it down with like casual apps for solo players, casual apps for social players, intense apps for solo. I wouldn't say intense actually, immersive apps. I would say, like a Saints and Sinners kind of immersive big VR title kind of thing,
I'm glad you
for
said that
solo
because
and
that was first on my
social.
list there. Way to
Yeah,
just
way to just steal your thunder.
uh Yeah, I forget what the phrase I'm thinking of, but whatever. Go on.
So, okay, let's quickly say the hardware because that's a quick one. Was that a little? Oh, we got a
Yeah,
couple.
just a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got a dog in the back. Okay, so let's start with hardware very quickly. Because there's limited choice here. You got the Quest 2, 128,
Oh,
256.
that's what I was gonna say.
You can't get a 64 like I did, and a terrible idea.
Yeah, maybe aftermarket.
Yeah, true. Maybe aftermarket. You
I
could
also
maybe
saw
get it.
sadly Bradley got an aftermarket. He sold his Quest Pro and got an aftermarket one
Yeah, for
for
like cheaper.
1100. Yep, pretty good move.
Yeah, pretty good move. Or whoever sold that on aftermarket should have bought it from Amazon and sold it in January 30th, like I am.
And just returned
Uh,
it.
yeah. We obviously have the Quest Pro as well, the newest headset this year. Hard for me to recommend the Quest Pro to anybody. I love it, not gonna lie, big fan of it, but it is $1,500. So let's stick with the Quest 2.
Yes, it is pricey.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go past this.
I recommend the Quest 2.
Yeah, I think Quest 2 as well.
And I also recommend I really probably just recommend the 128.
You can
Unless you
get away with
know
128.
unless you know for a fact you want just three games and they are Medal of Honor and both Walking Deads.
That's true. How do you know how big Walking Dead 2 is?
Not off the top of my head, but the first one's like what between 12 and 14 or something like that, I think.
It's quite big. Yeah, it's quite big. I thought Resident Evil was also like 7 gig or something
Yeah, it's
like
like
that.
nine or so, yeah.
And that's a packing game at the moment, you know,
It's
for the
true.
holidays. So yeah. No, I think 128 for most people are gonna be fine. Even for me, I think if I had 128, I'd be laughing because I'd get everything that I'm on the quest now, plus Medal of Honor. Anyway, Samson, take it away with the accessories.
All right. You want me to list them all? We go one, one, one.
Let's go one by one.
All right. All right. There's a few. Honestly, I feel like all these accessories are pretty necessary. But I'm gonna just go ahead and start off with the boba head strap.
Yeah.
Probably get away with the kiwi. I see that highly recommended by Mateo 311, but I have the boba, and I love my boba.
Is it Baba or Bobo?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Everybody
the
knows what I mean.
essentially what we're trying to say here is that the strap is something that you really need to consider first. By the way, Saints and Sinners 15 gig, the second one. Um, the strap is a big thing to like. There's a bunch of them out there. I also, even though I don't have it, recommend the Bobo because everyone seems to be loving that one. And the nice thing is about it is you can buy the M2 version, right?
Hmm.
With
And
the
then it has,
with
yeah,
the uh
interchangeables. Yeah.
interchangeable battery pack, which just magnetizes on the back, which is amazing,
That
right?
I don't have anymore. Uh, because I have my VR power that just is a much larger battery. And it's the original Bobo.
Yeah,
Boba is the tea.
Boba is the T.
Yeah, boba is like a tea, like a bubble tea place, I
Oh,
think.
right, right,
This
right, right,
is,
right.
yeah,
So the Bobo VR.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I say it all the time. I like my Elite strap. Don't think there's
I
anything.
liked mine until it cracked, you know,
Yeah,
after 2 months.
yeah. I don't. I mean, my first one cracked, but since I've had my second one, I've not had any issues with it. I still really like it, even coming from the Quest Pro's head like Halo kind of strap, going back to the Quest Elite strap because it's not a Halo, it's just like a faceplate kind
Hmm.
of strap. Still really like it to be honest.
I mean, also this Vive Audio strap. Mine, I didn't travel with it too carefully, and one of the headphones sort of popped out, and I am not a craftsman in that regard.
Wait,
So
which strap did is that? Is that what you said?
the Vive Audio strap.
Right, fair enough.
I know
Um,
Kim is a fan of that one as well. It is very comfortable, that one, but
mhm.
it's expensive, and I mean it has the headphones in there, so it's a little more delicate.
Yeah, that one is the most expensive kind of, but it is one of the best ones that people say too. But the Bobo, if you do go to the Bobo, I think it's $10 cheaper than the actual Elite strap, the Meta Elite strap.
Yeah,
depending
I
on which
forget
one you
its
get.
price. Yeah.
If you get the battery one as well and such, but if you go on Amazon, you can even buy it from there as well. So definitely recommend an Elite strap. And if you don't have the Bobo M2 with the interchangeable batteries, then get a battery pack. The battery pack is going to be essential because, especially for the Quest 2, is that it's annoying because it's just sat there, it's not charging, it's not on its dock like a Quest Pro is and such. Okay, unless you do buy a dock, if you want to, but sometimes you can forget to charge it and such. Buy the battery pack. Hot tip though, if you don't have a battery pack and you want to continue that 3 hour Demio session, what I used to do before I had one is I had have my MacBook charger, which is um a big wattage charger. I think it's like 61 watts or something like that. But what I'm trying to say is that it came with a 2 meter USB-C cable, and I used
Hmm.
to plug that into the wall and then
Just
have it
yeah.
in there. And
You
two
would play
meters,
connected to the wall?
yeah, connected to the wall, yeah. If I had to like Demio session or something like that, to be
Oh
fair,
yeah,
Demio is
okay.
fine. You
Makes
sat
sense.
down,
Yeah.
right? Even walkabout is like it's fine because you're in one place and such. Not ideal, but but a 2 meter USB-C cable is sufficient. If you want to like do a cheaper
Yeah, get
alternative with a
by. Yeah,
battery
yeah,
pack,
yeah.
because that 1 meter one that they come with is not long enough for you to play anything at the same time as charging it. But yeah, battery pack, highly recommend. Just get a big one. Get the biggest one that one can afford.
That's that's what I did. All right, I'm gonna move right along. And I'm gonna go into controller grips.
Mm-hmm.
Really just kind of give you that so you can let go of the controllers, so to say, and open your hands up, and they just help so much with immersion, I think, and
Any
comfort
which
and
ones do
safety.
you use as like
Uh,
with these grips?
I
They basically wrap over the not palm of
Yes,
your
yes,
hand,
yes.
but the
Allow me to
outside of your
show
hand.
the YouTubers. I
Oh,
got my VR cover ones on.
yep.
Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much
You
them.
just
I also had the AMVR ones at some point, I remember.
yep.
Those were absolutely fine.
There's a
But
lot on Amazon that you could buy, and they're pretty much fine, aren't they? To be
yeah.
fair, my favorite
Oh,
ones
the
I've had.
Kiwi ones do look cool. I wanted to try those
I was
ones.
about to say my favorite ones are the Kiwi ones. They're a little bit next level in a way because they do a little bit more than just add the hand strap.
Do you
They
have
also
them? Do you have those like
I
battery
do.
ones?
I don't have them to show on the camera. I should have brought them out, but they're in my closet, to
Yeah,
be honest. The one thing, okay, the reason why it's in my closet and not actually on my controllers right now is because I use the official Oculus, or Meta now, what do you call it, carrying case. And with
they
those that
don't
don't
fit.
fit, the reason why is because they extend the length of your controllers. So it makes the controllers a little bit more comfortable because the Quest 2 controllers are small in the stem. So do make them a little bit more comfortable, and you don't have to like remove it to kind of get your batteries, for example, because it does have a battery door included in there. Um, and it's dead comfortable, and the hand strap is really comfortable. But I feel like a lot of those hand straps are going to be really comfortable. It's just that I think Kiwi took it a step above to kind of look, okay, what can we actually do with the design of the controller as well. So if you really want them, I don't think they're like necessary, but they are nice. Once you have them, it's hard to go back because it does make it more comfortable to hold in like
All
terms of
right, I agree with you there. Mm, if I had to rank all of mine for necessity, the controller grip would be lower.
for sure. For sure. I would say the strap is number one, and my number two would actually be the VR cover.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I too rank that above the controller group.
Yeah, so VR cover, essentially the faceplate cover. The faceplate cover that comes with the Quest is fine if you've never used anything else, but it is not the best. In fact, I remember bringing out the a few months ago and thinking, what the hell is this? I can't believe this was the
Oh
actual,
no,
you know. But
not great.
they're not great. The VR cover ones are what I would recommend because they are memory foam and they come with two sizes. And when I did wear glasses, I used to do the bigger size and it was really, really comfortable. But either one is absolutely fine and they give you great padding and they're really easy to clean too. And they always just Velcro off, Velcro on. So the VR cover, absolutely. Did you have anything else on the accessories spot?
Yeah, I do. Uh, Also not quite necessary, but a lens cover, VR cover also sells those and often like packages them with the other things.
Yeah,
And pardon me, I just have to
no worries.
cough. And it's makes it easier to travel. You can t like when you walk outside, like carrying your. I mean, I know you have the carrying case. If you don't have a carrying case,
Mm,
I'd say it's almost necessary to travel with a lens cover, or like throw a sock or a t-shirt in there, I guess, you know.
yep.
But yeah, it's something to throw on the lens.
Absolutely, and kind of jumping on that is so once again, this is an accessory that is really low on the list, and it's only for for nice to haves. Is a dock. You can buy a dock to hold your Quest, and some of them actually charge them as well, which is cool. I don't have one. I actually wasn't going to mention it, but the reason why I'm going to now is because the Quest Pro has a dock, right? And the issue is that for example, for me, it sits on my desk, and I'm pretty sure most people will have their Quest Pro on their desk, right? And in my room, I have windows everywhere, everywhere. So every time I wake up in the morning and draw my curtains, I also always draw them not fully completely open because I make sure
Hmm.
that the Quest is covered a little bit, because I don't want the sun to hit the lenses because it could damage the lenses. And if I do return this next month, so we don't want to do that, right? But we don't want to damage the lenses anyway. And if you do go dock route, then you really want to have a cover on the lenses just in case any sunlight comes off it, even if it comes off the mirror or some light comes in one time of the day or something, just make sure it's covered up. So if you do decide to like keep it out in the open, whether it's docked or just on the table or something, yeah, one of those covers would be great. And which is why I'm really still really confused why they didn't pack that in to the actual Quest Pro box instead of this rubber
That's
cover that
true.
goes in
Yeah,
the
that
front.
thing's weird.
I've never used it. I just have it anyway. Anyway, I don't, yeah. But yeah, so I would recommend that if you're gonna do a dock or just have it out in the open in general. Anything else on the
Um,
front?
that's it. It's
I have one more, and that
all right,
is for
what you
the
got? What you
fitness
got?
the fitness people out there.
Mm,
Um, Go get yourself a rubber supernatural. Now,
yeah,
I don't.
I'd throw that in with the VR cover, but I guess you were talking about the foamy one. Yeah.
Yeah, this I mean you can see all the sweat and crap on it now, but the essentially Supernatural, if you go for a subscription, they will normally pack this in for free. They normally send you this. This is a rubber faceplate cover that kind of goes over the VR cover. So it doesn't replace it, it just goes
You're
over it,
right.
okay? And the great thing about it is that it's really good for sweat resistance. So, you're probably sweating like a pig. At least I am sweating like a pig.
100%, dude. I
Um,
sweat so much. I have if I'm playing Synth Riders, I have to wear a headband.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you on that one. And then you let your lenses fog up and such, right? Where with this rubber, it kind of eliminates that. It captures all the sweat. It's easier just to take it off and give it a wipe afterwards and such. And it also keeps your head cool. It doesn't, with the VR cover, because it's memory foam, it gets a little hot on your head when you're sweating, at least. So I always put this on. You can get this from Supernatural's website. If they don't pack it in anymore with a membership, I think you can buy it. I think it's $5 or $10.
VR cover
Alternatively,
sells those too.
VR cover. A lot of people sell those type of things. Alternatively, Meta have just released their Fit Pack, for I believe it's $60. And that comes with a faceplate, which is similar-esque to the rubber, but actual like faceplate that you clip on, which is meant to be better. I haven't seen it in the wild yet, but it's meant to be better. And it also includes those hand straps that Samsung's been talking about. So if you want the hand straps and you want the fitness thing, then I would say that's actually a pretty good deal, to
And
be
you want the
honest.
meta branding.
And you want the meta branding, $60. It's not as bad. I thought it was expensive, but then once you factor in,
When you add up everything, yeah.
yeah, it becomes pretty much the same price. So yeah, you can head over to Meta and get that accessory. Um,
Moving
that's
right along to our
Wait,
casual
wait, wait,
games.
Samson. I can't neglect my glasses owners out there.
Are
Even
you
though
doing the wave? The wave?
yes.
What's
So
it?
a wave. So essentially, you can get prescription lenses for your Quest. 2 and maybe your Quest Pro soon, but definitely for your Quest 2. And essentially, you can buy ones off Meta's website. Okay, they go to a specific website, and essentially they're just clip-in lenses. So you put in the prescription, they'll send it to you. You just clip them in, and you're good to go. All right, that's fine, absolutely great. The issue is that if you were like me, who used to wear glasses sometimes, but then sometimes have contact lenses on, obviously when your contact lenses on, you have to clip those out, right? Or if you hand the Quest over to someone else who doesn't need glasses or doesn't need a prescription, you'll have to clip them out. Because you have to clip them out, the one that Meta sells is quite weak, and mine eventually snapped. Eventually snapped. Luckily, I also had the Wave VR ones, which Wave sent them to me. They are sponsored on SideQuest, I believe. But if you just type in Wave VR on Google, we'll also have links to all of this in the show notes as well. But if the Wave ones are amazing for that purpose. So
We need some affiliate links, dude.
yeah, I know. We sort that out. I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that. See if I
I don't
can get
even,
some.
yeah, I don't know how to do that, but we're
But the Wave VR thing that makes it a step above is that it comes in two parts. So a part that clips on the actual lens itself, and then the actual lens. So the actual lens is magnetized, and you can just magnetize it on the bit that clips in. And then once
okay.
you
Yep, yep,
take it
yep.
off, you just magnetize it off, and it's really easy to put on, put off. Does that make sense?
Yeah. At one point, I did have lens covers on my Quests, but then I've got really beautiful long eyelashes, and they would sometimes hit the lens
Yes.
thing, and I'm like, this is frustrating.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. It does, to be fair, the Wave one does make it a little bit more bulkier.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It really depends on your face. But the Wave one's good if you do a hybrid of contact
I
lenses.
did I did show up to VR somebody on Thanksgiving to one of my cousins, and he wears glasses, and he was able to. I didn't have like the la glasses spacer in or anything. His glasses
They
just have been
must
close to.
some of
Yeah,
them fit for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on to the apps, the fun part, right? The fun part. You've got your accessories, you've got your 64 gig Quest 2. Um, let's go start with the casual apps. For like solo. So for like if you want to play solo.
Solo. All right,
What have you got?
casual app solo. You got
Yeah.
this? I'm gonna start this off.
Yeah.
Uh, really, this was one of my earliest games, and I would just get lost for hours and hours and hours. Pretty certain it was on my one of our lists that we've done.
Mm.
Deism. Who knows how to pronounce it? I surely don't, but I do know how to play it, and it is a hell of a lot of fun.
What is day sim?
All
Tell the
right.
people.
I believe you could play seated, but I would generally play standing, and you're basically on. How do I describe this game,
You're a
dude? I don't
god
know. You're
in a way.
God, and you can control what land and water is appearing. Like there's desert, there's ice, there's grass, and they all spawn different civilizations. And then the
Mm.
civilizations need to trade with one another, and then they develop and they go from like caveman time of wow, they got wood and fire to buildings to eventually, I've never made it, but to the future of
Mm-hmm.
uh you can spend many an hour. You can save your game and like come back to it, but generally when I would play, I would just start a whole new world every time.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, pretty
And
fun
that's
just
on
solo.
the Quest store now as well, isn't
I
it?
do believe they made it to the
Mm.
Quest store, yes.
Yeah, that was on App Lab for so long. Nice. My first one for casual would be a classic one would be Moss Book One and Moss Book Two. Book Two came out today. Came out this year and won best VR game this year from the VR awards and such. I haven't played number two yet, just because I've never finished number one, as so have most of these experiences and games. It's just never finished. But Moss Book One is really really lovely. That's the way to say it. A lovely game. It's relaxing. You sit down, you have a little character called Quill, which is a mouse, and you kind of it's a platformer, and you kind of have to guide Quill to um find her father, I believe. I haven't played it for a few weeks now,
Honestly, don't
but
remember the plot, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
But it's fun. It's like you obviously control Quill in the platformer, but you also have to like move boxes, move different things to kind of solve puzzles to kind of get her through the level. But yeah, I would if you've not played Moss at all, or you look at it and go, it's a it's going to be good. It's a platform and such. Definitely try it out. I think it's on the try for free, like the first 15,
Few
20
minutes,
minutes as
whatever.
well.
Yeah.
But Moss Book One must be quite cheap. If not, will be in Christmas sales. Definitely pick up the first one at least and just give it a go. It's delightful. It's a lovely, relaxing, like
It is good.
Christmas Eve kind of chill out type of
It
game.
just warms the soul.
It does warm the soul, and you'll fall in love with Quill. On to you.
All right. So many of my games are multiplayer though.
That's
Oh
fine.
my.
You can mix them up a bit.
All right, cool. Because this is quite a fun casual multiplayer game, and it is real VR fishing.
Real VR fishing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have never played that game, and I don't know
BS.
what I'm doing.
What did you talking about? We played in the Patreon.
I
We
didn't
played
play.
in
I
the
wasn't
Discord.
there. I
You've
wasn't there.
never been there?
No, I've not
All the
played it.
times I played with the people in
Every
the
time I've
Discord,
never
you
been in the fishing game.
that's bonkers, dude. That's bonkers. Yeah,
But it's join us in
uh,
the Discord if you want to play real VR fishing. Anyway, continue.
yeah, that one's fun, dude. It's a good time.
The graphics are wicked too, right? Graphics are immense.
Yeah, but it's mostly because you're stationary, so like
Right.
you only have one perspective on everything. But a lot of the worlds have like one thing that moves too. So like if you're
Mm.
next to a train track, you'll see a train go, or
Yeah,
one of them
yeah,
at night has fireworks go off.
yeah.
I like to fish in the rain. It's
Interesting.
just very
There's some
soothing.
raindrops kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just so soothing. Yeah, it's you can just kill so much time in there. Yeah, just a
yeah.
blast. And I think it's up to four people at once,
Another
good
one that
time.
you can try for free for the first 30 minutes or so if you want to try it. And I still haven't done it, but I should. I really should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
We hopped in some of the DLCs. I actually gotta get all the Japanese fish, I think.
Nice, nice. Is there so the DLC is essentially different like cities, different types of areas.
Yeah, the OG game is South Korea, that is,
Mm,
obviously. Then there was the US West, and then there was Japan.
nice.
So
And
now
then
there
you
are
have the
three.
fish from that type of
Yep.
ocean as well. So that's wicked. Um,
Your go?
chess club. Chess Club.
Very nice.
I haven't played this for ages until since I got the Quest Pro, to be honest, and I jumped in it when I got this because I wanted to try out the hand tracking in the Quest Pro, and it is slightly better than the Quest 2, but that defeats the point. Chess Club is fantastic. It's like you can play it with hand tracking or just with your controllers. Either one works.
Does it
Even
does it have pass through? Like,
no, I don't think
you know
so.
what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have mixed reality. I might have not checked. I don't remember, but I don't want. I didn't think. I
Yeah.
never did
Don't
it.
commit either way.
I'm not going to commit. I'm not going to commit. But either way, Chess Club is delightful. It has beautiful music. It is relaxing. It is chess. In the end of the day, there's not much else to it. But there are different kind of boards that you can play with. You can play with like the standard. You can play with one with you have characters kind of defeating each other when you win a
Hmm.
piece or something like that.
Yeah, like bat. Yeah.
Yeah, like the characters come alive and they, like a Harry Potter chess in a way. But it is excellent. I love this game. It's a really relaxing game of chess. You can play it solo. You can also play it multiplayer. There is multiplayer rooms that you can play with people. And also the difficulties are good too with chess. There's I think there's about
It's
six or
like four or
seven
five. Yeah,
difficulties.
at
Yeah,
least.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of difficulties for the chess club, and yeah, I really enjoy it. And just to hop in and just play a quick game of chess, because sometimes they are very quick depending on
I
what
believe you
happens.
can
But you can
play
time it.
timed, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can play it timed as well. Yeah, and they've updated the hell out of this game since when I put a YouTube video out of Chess Club like way back when it first came out, and I really liked it then, but I did have a few issues and they've solved many of those issues. They've updated it quite a lot. Highly recommend Chess Club. Excellent chess game.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I will now go back to a single player experience here. And it is Zombieland Headshot Fever.
Mm, interesting.
uh, which is a pretty solid single player experience. And I love me some easy reloading
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
like quick, you
Down,
just
up,
like boom,
down, up.
yeah, you down,
Arcade
up, yeah.
reloading, really. Is
Yeah. And it's sort of like I mean, Pistol Whip is obviously the rhythm version of it, but it's like you're going through. The enemies generally are like pop up in the same places, so it's all about like memorizing and then trying to get your scores.
Can I get a better time each time?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw Pistol Whip and Zombieland there. I did that. I
Oh,
did that.
wow, wow,
Yeah,
that's cheating, but never
I
mind.
did that.
That's fine. No, that makes a lot of sense. But I'll throw in two as well because they're very similar. Golf Plus or 11 Table Tennis. Two excellent kind of simulator-esque kind of sports games. So Golf Plus, as you can see, it's about golf, but they've expanded so much this year. It has been ridiculous. They have now got PGA courses. Pebble Beach has just come out or coming out as the time we speak at the moment. So you can play some of those courses in there. It feels realistic in a way, like my drives go right, just like in real life.
I haven't hopped in that one in a minute, but
It's
it is a
it's it
good
is
one. Yeah,
excellent. I hopped in it recently actually because I wanted to test the Quest Pro's controllers with
controllers.
it. And they I don't know if they help too much. It's just nice not to have a ring on there, so I'm conscious of my roof if I'm
Right.
gonna hit it or not. But
Tall
yeah,
people
Go
problems.
Golf Plus is excellent. It has all stuff as well. It's got Top Golf in there. It has like a putting, which is what it used to be. It used to be called Pro Putt. But
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, it expanded quite a lot and is continuing to update. And I think there's like a driving range sort of that's coming out soon. You can play cornhole in it. Golf Plus is an excellent game for any golf fan out there. Must recommend for sure. And then 11 Table Tennis is any table tennis fan out there as well. Yeah,
Have you
that
played
this
that in the pro?
I have not played that in the pro, no.
Did they
But
ever release that update that they talked about like a million years
oh, with
ago?
the UI update,
Y-
I
Yeah.
don't know because I haven't jumped into it for a
Y-
while.
Yeah, my
I don't
God,
know
that
if
was a
they've
long
updated.
time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, because that UI needed work and they've released like pictures of it too, right? But 11 table tennis for sure. You just need a little bit of space because obviously you need table space in terms of like moving left and right horizontally.
Yeah,
So
and you want more space than just the table.
yeah, just the table. Yeah,
You
you
want to
need
be able to move around the
it's
table,
like
I
a pool
promise
table
you.
in a way. You
Yeah.
need to be like as furthest as you can. You need to move around for sure. But that's
And
really fun. Sorry, go on.
you, you cannot lean on that table.
No, no. Sometimes I play with my bed in front of me because it's just safer,
Just
But
in case
just in case.
got to dance diving. He's got like a mattresses all around him
I'm
just so he
just
can
yeah,
dive in
that's it.
table
I'm
tennis.
the mattress is there just so I can dive.
I almost want to see a video of somebody diving in table tennis where they're like, they have mattresses or whatever, and somebody else is recording them. I
That would
like
be
it.
quite funny. I could see a tech man doing that, to be honest. But the most fun part I've had in level table tennis is actually playing socially. Mic's off and such, but just having a social game with people is really fun, and there's always people in there ready to go. So, 11 table tennis, four solo and multiplayer. But
Yes.
any more casual ones?
Dude, I mean, all I do is casual game. I could go on forever. I mean, do you want to move on? Like I can just like name them. We don't have to.
Okay, so you want to name like a few of
I'll
your
name three
honorable
more.
mentions? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right. Among Us.
yep.
We've discussed that one I
At
think
length.
enough on the last few episodes. Bocce time.
Yep.
Solid bocce game.
Bucky. Yep.
Um, and then I just got to do it because I be me and Synth Riders.
Yep. Synth Riders for sure. I would say Walkabout Mini Golf, which we haven't mentioned, which is weird because it's just a given.
It's yeah, that's what
Walkabout
I mean. It's
so it is, talk about it all the time. I always also say the Forever games, Forever
yep.
Bowl, Cornhole, and such. According to, I think Kimberly said this to me the other day, Cornhole is a favorite in terms of how they've nailed the physics and such with Cornhole. But they've got darts as well and just pools, so kind of like pick which ones you want, or if you have all of them too, there's like bonuses you get from each game. In terms of just standard apps, Big Screen is a really good social standard app
Mhm.
to jump
Rec Room.
into. Rec Room for sure.
Although I will say I've had people who are new to VR have trouble in Rec Room. I think the frame rate might be not as high.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Also, I think Gorilla Tag just got announced for Quest Store as well, which probably
It
people
did.
are
It'll
like
be the most reviewed and downloaded game right off the bat.
right off the bat. But yeah, I don't know if I could recommend that one for newbies, but it seems like a lot of people just do jump into that. But yeah, but
Gorilla
anyway,
Tag not for me.
there are the casual apps for solo and social. Um, Onto one other thing with casual is just the Oculus TV app because there's so many good things on there. Just I remember when I first got my Quest and I spent a lot of time on Oculus TV just sitting down and just browsing through what they have. They had a really good Star Wars one where you kind of go fly around the Death Star. I remember seeing the
Mhm.
Death Star and the scale and such in VR and I was like this is pretty cool. David
You know,
Attenborough
there are
got
people in the
series
Star
on.
Wars universe who think that the Death Star is actually flat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, flat Death Stars.
Flat Death Stars. Are they? Do they think the Earth is round though?
No, they're also flat Earthers.
Right. Flat Death Stars. It's quite
Flat
funny.
Death Stars. It's a difficult
Uh,
one to say. They need a new name.
Flat Death Stars. What was I saying? David Attenborough has a lot of series in there. He has one. I think it's called First Life or something like that, but it kind of tells you how the world was made way
Do your
before. So
do
what?
your best. Do your best, David Attenborough.
Give me yours while
Oh,
I
come on! I
look
can't
up.
do it. I'm American.
I don't know how to do David Attenborough.
All right. We'll get it.
Um,
We'll get it later on.
the VR app is God, that was bad. That was awful.
It's
I
okay.
feel like
It's
I'm letting
okay. I
my
love it.
country down. Although, come on, the David Attenborough voice is so unique. It's
Oh, it's fantastic. Just I could listen to him describe somebody
anything.
make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, and it'll be the best description. That should be ASMR for sure. Someone should get his voice and do an AI for just David Attenborough's voice, and that would be a hit. But yeah, check out the Oculus TV app because I don't think many people talk about that, to be honest. And there's always
I
stuff on
don't.
there.
I
But
don't.
into the more intense slash more immersive stuff in
Yes,
a
yes,
way,
yes, yes,
the bigger
yes.
titles, the bigger box office hits for VR. What are we
Well,
saying, Samson? Give us one.
Santa is bringing the pain in this intense game called Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which you kind of mentioned at the beginning. But I've got to mention this one because I got my friend into VR with Beat Saber and he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm in." I was like, "Dude, take it easy." He's like, "Walking Dead, sweet." I was like, "Dude, don't don't
Yeah,
do that. Don't do that."
yeah,
And he did it. And then he never played VR again.
yeah. Yeah, get your VR legs for any of these apps that we're gonna kind of mention. But Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I agree. Like I said, because I'm getting the PSVR 2, I am not gonna play the second one. Um, I still haven't finished the first one, so that also makes
I
an
mean, that's a big one. That
that's
one's okay
also
to
a big
not finish.
one. The cool thing is as well in the second one, the save game kind of carries on, like you
Yeah.
can import it, so you have your stuff and such. Which it wasn't there on launch, but now it is. Walking Dead for sure. I would say Iron Man VR, which is sick.
Dude,
And
I did buy that. I forgot I have to hop in that one too. I am so behind on VR. Real life is really, really in
I don't know,
God, how did people balance things? But
real
yeah,
life and
anyway, go
virtual
on.
life. Yeah. Tell me about it. But no, Iron Man VR. I did a. Oh wait, I didn't do a review on this on my channel. No, I think I've just spoke about this on here for a lot. But Iron Man VR is an app that really can't be showcased 2D because you look at it 2D, it looks pretty crap.
Really?
To be- what I would say, yeah, it's like if you type in like Iron Man VR review or something on YouTube and you watch it, I remember looking at it and thinking this looks pants. This doesn't look, well, I don't understand what the hype is, and then you go into it and go, oh, okay,
I
this
get
is
it.
really fun. This is really fun. It's a
All
little
right.
repetitive, but the mechanic is so good and it's so much fun to play and I would highly recommend it. It's expensive. It's on the it's I mean, so is Walking Dead, and
I
it's
think
not
I
as much
did
content as Walking Dead.
yeah, I
It's
think I
not it's
did
not bang for buck for
the
sure, but
referral. I found somebody's referral.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bang for buck kind of experience. But you will have a lot of fun in it in a
Plus, you're
way.
like Iron Man. That's cool.
Yeah, if you're in Marvel, if you love Marvel, you're gonna love this one too as
I
well.
don't even love Marvel that much, but I just think it's cool to be Iron Man.
Just to
It
fly
just
around is
seems
actually
cool.
fun. It's like swinging in
Yeah.
Spider-Man, but flying around is cool. But over to you.
Over to me. All right. Next to pretty similar, Flight Simulator. Also, I'm gonna be sort of PCVR heavy here, not gonna lie.
Okay,
Uh,
I won't be, but continue.
yeah, I figured as much. That's why I figured it was okay because we're the tag team here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got
Anyway,
something else.
Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah. Uh, yeah, you're flying planes. I made the mistake once of flying a nice little tiny fun plane that could do barrel rolls. And I did a lot of them. And boy, did I regret doing those
Were
barrel
you
rolls.
motion sick?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's very rare to get you motion sick. You have
That's what I'm
strong
saying.
VR
But you just
legs.
like, like, it's like, I like,
Anybody would be motion sick.
yeah, I went in a fucking dryer.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Flight Simulator for the PC. Is that controller based though? Is it or is it
So you can use a
motion control?
controller. I use the Jenna's favorite Thrustmaster.
Oh, the
Um,
Thrustmaster. Yeah, yeah. You can
yeah.
go. Yeah.
Uh, I remember them wanting to add motion controls. I don't know if they have or not. Honestly, that would probably make it w way more immersive because right now there's all those buttons on the
Yeah.
plane, right? And
Yeah.
you don't actually touch any of the buttons. You're like touching buttons on your controller or like on the keyboard or whatever, and it
Mm,
feels a bit disconnect. Luckily, once like really you're only pressing buttons for takeoff and landing.
yeah.
When you're in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
air, you good.
You're good. That's fair. Flight Simulator, amazing. I would say NFL Pro Era. I did a whole YouTube video on this. So definitely check out the NFL Pro Era review that I did.
Is it
Um,
really intense?
I won't say intense, but it's a big app. It's like if it
Gotcha.
qualifies as like a big app, it's $30.
This is fair.
It's if you're into sports at all, you will love this game. It's really fun. I found it really immersive. I got really into it. I kept screaming at my players, kept pointing at them. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
You know,
definitely
um,
seen that Tech Man video where he's just like yelling at his defense.
exactly. You do feel like that for sure. And yeah, I have a great time in it. I still haven't gone all the way to finish the season yet. But it's every time I play it, it's so much fun. They still needs updates, like it needs a multiplayer mode and such like that to come in to
You can
make it.
play toss, right? You can play catch.
Yeah, it's not nice though. It's not very well done. The main thing is the exhibition slash season mode, and that's good enough to justify the price in my opinion. But I understand if people go, oh, it's top dollar in terms of VR modes, why would I pay $30 for this? Still, it's good fun. It's a lot of fun. NFL Pro Era, yeah, you like sports in any sense. I'm not sure if you don't know anything about NFL, i.e., a standard British person who doesn't live in North America, you would find it like slightly troubling in terms of getting
Hmm.
into it, probably because I do like NFL. I'm not like a super fan, but I do watch it,
I feel
often.
like I remember watching Gamertag try to play this game, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing."
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, I think you need a little bit of NFL knowledge in terms of just, knowing exists and you're into that a little bit, just a little bit. You don't have to be super into it, just a little bit. But you're gonna like NFL. I know Kimberly, who we keep mentioning on the show, has got it on her Christmas wish list. So
Very nice, very nice. It is not on mine. I understand the appeal. It's just not
yeah,
my it's not my cup of hot cocoa.
not my cup of hot cocoa. Do you want to do some honorable mentions? I only have one
I
of them.
would.
I only have one of
Uh
them.
I definitely have yeah, I definitely have more. I'm just gonna say it. All right, here we go. Asgard's Wrath. Friggin'
Right.
huge, awesome, sweet game. Big. I've definitely never beaten it. Sunk, a few hours into it again and again because I keep restarting.
Yeah. Oh, he's coughing.
Um,
He's coughing.
yeah, sorry, pardon me. But yeah, that game is pretty damn cool, and you feel like a god. And it's really deep. It's probably bigger and deeper than most games I enjoy. But it's fun to just like
You love
with
it big and
VR, it's
deep.
just fun to like yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. Nice. Nailed it.
Continue.
Nailed it. Yeah, it's I recommend it. If you have a computer for it, I recommend Asgard's Wrath. Hoping it comes to like a Quest 3 near you. Um eventually.
Potentially.
Um it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Check it out.
Definitely. My other one was just Red Matter. Once again, that's more of a casual, relaxing game in my opinion, where you can sit down and do the puzzles, but it is a big VR experience, you know, if we're
Mm.
gonna class it as that. Red Matter 2 just came out. I haven't played it because I haven't finished the first one, running theme here. But reviews for Red Matter 2 are through the roof. Red Matter 1 though is for what I've played, which is a good chunk of it now, until I got really stuck, is an excellent game. You sit down, the way you traverse in it is amazing because you traverse by it's basically a teleportation system, but as you teleport, you don't just instantly go there. You like jump, you like space
Float
jump.
like yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of float in space to kind of get to each one. So it adds that immersion. Really good game for beginners too, because it doesn't add any motion sickness in the way it's
And
done.
it shows you the controllers,
It
right?
shows you the controllers. Your hands are basically the controllers, and all the buttons are in the right places. So it's kind of you don't have to worry about where the X button is or the Y button is. You look at your hand and you're like, oh, I'm pressing this one and such. So, yeah, this is not like an intense app, but Red Matter 1 and 2, phenomenal games. I guess that's how you say it.
Phenomenal, no, 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 no,
Phenomenal
no.
games.
Phenomenal, no, no, no.
One of the best puzzle games out there for the Quest for sure. So yeah, that would be my last one to be honest. But any more from you?
Yo, come on. We didn't mention cubism for casual games. That just made me think of that. All right. Anyway.
Oh, there's so
All
many
right.
casual games, isn't there?
Yeah, it's yes.
Cubism,
Facts.
Tetris Effect could be fun for a lot
Oh,
of
I forgot about
people.
that too. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Damn. All right. This one, honorable mention. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's been a minute since I played this one, and I do believe it's going free to play very soon, and that is Hyper Dash.
Yep,
From what I remember, very fun, but there were some elite players of this game,
yep.
and so you just get like if you're kind of new, you just get kind of
It's
spanked
intense
around.
too, right? Like
Yeah,
for
because you're like shoo, shoo, shoo. It's pretty
yeah,
fast
yeah,
paced. Once again, an arcade shooter. You don't have to worry about
yeah.
you're reloading, a few different types of guns,
Yeah.
payload, deathmatch, team deathmatch, a few different game modes like that.
Hmm.
I recommend when it comes, I bet it becomes better when it's free to play because more people will be in it and it won't just be elite players, ideally.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. On the motion sickness, by the way, that just reminded me. Hyperdash is also a free trial game. So definitely check out the free trial games. The other one that I want to mention, just because I know Dr. Hero in the Discord is a
Ultra
massive
Wings.
fan. Ultra Wings, yeah.
I was
Ultra
when I
Wings
mentioned Flight Swim, I was like, oh, I gotta mention this, and then I
Ultra
forgot.
Wings is also on the free trial, as well as Zombieland, as we mentioned, as well as Tetris Effect, is another one. Real VR Fishing, Ragnarok is another one. Pistol Whip, as we've mentioned. And the climb games are also on free trial. So definitely check out the free trial because there's some fun little experiences in there for sure.
Free trials of the way.
Yeah, for sure. But that's pretty much it. That's the buyer's guide right there.
We
There's a
did
lot.
it! We did it, Rudolph!
That's pretty good actually. A lot of fun things that you can just jump in and check out, to be honest. I would just watch a movie in VR for the first time, and it's really fun. You know, if you're first to use the Quest and for the first time and such, um,
Yeah, I have
definitely
a
try
hard
that out.
time convincing people to do that, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. I don't know that I recommend it for a movie you haven't seen before, or like a
Yeah,
movie
maybe
like
I would
I mean,
say
Top Gun, like I hadn't seen before, but you understand what I mean. Like
yeah,
a movie you're willing to like kind of hang out and talk to,
yeah. Okay,
yeah,
let me rephrase that. Maybe not a full movie, but just definitely check out like watching TV
yeah,
in VR
yeah.
because
Get the experience, try it
the
out.
Prime Video app, if you have Amazon Prime, is probably the best one out there in terms of apps. Like the Netflix one Last time I checked, it was pretty whack.
I believe
The Prime one's
it
really
was
good.
NBC said they were going to make one, right? In the
Yeah.
Connect, I think this year.
I don't know. I'm
Uh,
not sure.
I don't.
Being from being living in Canada, you know
But you don't get
glanced over.
Peacock.
No, we don't get Peacock. No, no.
That's an
We don't get
only in the
HBO technically, but we have something called Crave, which has
VP.
all the HBOs in there. So it's yeah, we have slightly different subscriptions in Canada.
What about Hulu?
It's in Crave, I believe. I believe
Wait,
that's
what is
in
Crave?
Crave.
I'm sorry. What is
Crave
Crave
just
for us
Crave's like
Americans here?
Crave is like another on-demand app, but it has those kind of shows on there. So like all the
Within it.
HBOs are within Crave, yeah.
So you go to Crave and then you go to like HBO within Crave, or just Crave and then that has all these
It
things that they've
has all the
licensed
stuff in
from.
there, but
Okay.
you can also go within HBO through Crave, yeah, kind of thing.
Okay.
I think Hulu's also Crave as well. I'm not sure,
Interesting.
but yeah, that's how we do it.
Oh no, it's NBC content's coming to Horizon Worlds.
Yeah, that means yeah. Horizon World's a little bit,
There
different.
might be something else we can hope for, but yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of just rounding off the show, I just wanted to talk about quickly the update, the V47 update that's on the Quest 2 and Quest Pro. I mean it's kind of funny. A lot of content creators always create like a massive update. This is a huge update, every single update that comes out for the Quest. But I think this is the one that's really justified for V47. There's so many
It's
items in
interesting
there. Yeah, there's so
because
many.
BMFs doesn't have any capitals in his title.
Wow, that's a shock.
It just says brings new features and fixes.
Wow, this is a big one. This is probably the biggest one out of all the ones that he's done. But okay, so let's kind of go through, and then if you want to talk about anything, we'll go through anything. For the Quest Pro only, you can now have background audio playback and mixed reality capture. Um, Background audio playback, I haven't tried yet, but mixed reality capture. Essentially, what happens with the Quest Pro is that there's a white light which comes on the Quest Pro in front of it, and like in the front of the actual headset
Like my
itself,
Ray-Bans.
like there, like down there. But then it changes to blue if you're doing mixed reality capture, and it tells like if anyone's in near you, please tell
You
them
can
that you're
see. Yeah.
recording.
Really?
Yeah, it says please tell them that you're recording. It says like a little dialogue, but it goes blue. It has like a little blue light in front of it, which shows that you're recording outside. But yeah, kind of works well because before you had to just enable developers to kind of do it, which was fine. We got media sync with apps, so now if you do do like a video, like capture some stuff on the app on the Quest, you can now sync it to your phone on demand. It used to be able to sync it to your
Oh,
phone
now it'll
before.
auto do it?
No, it used to auto do it. That's what it's meant. But now you
Okay.
can force it to do it. Like, well, what I used to do, I remember having it, and then the content would just take ages to sync to the phone app, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But now you can actually go into each one and go sync now or something. So it works well. It works well.
Gotcha.
Works. That's how I did it when I did the NFL Pro Era review. I did all of it like that. I didn't use SideQuest to kind of bring my images in. Just did it all on my phone, which is wicked. Speaking about the mobile app, it now looks a little bit better. Still, the referral code is still buried under settings, account, account review or something like that, and
Yeah.
that's referral codes. But the home screen looks better. It's kind of like the
The friends area is a bit better too.
yeah, it's kind of like the revamped friends area in the actual Quest itself in terms of the explore kind of page, which is kind of nice. Um, Shareable wish list. You can now make a wish list and send it to Samson. He will buy you the games. Just send it onto his his handle is in the stuff below in the links below. So
It does bother me that you can't buy a people the packages,
oh, the like the duo packs or something that
or
comes out.
yeah, whenever you can only buy people one game at a time.
Yeah. You can't gift them everything in the store, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still can't do that. But yeah, you can share the wish list though. You can view and edit your avatar in the Horizon Home, in Meta Horizon Home. You can see your arms in your Horizon home. When I say homes, we're talking about the actual Quest home that you're in
Yeah, it
when you
used to
turn
be
on the
ghost
Quest.
hands or whatever, and now it's your
Now
avatar.
you can actually see
Or
your avatar's arms and hands, which is nice. There was also a mirror in a few. I actually was trying to find it, but I realized upon doing the script for this is that it's not in the one that I use. But it's in four homes at the moment. There's a mirror in the desert terrace, the space station, the winter lodge, and the Cascadia. So if you're in
a
one of
working
those,
mirror, you can look at
yeah,
yourself?
you can look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, yeah.
Will it work when you have people visit you?
I don't know. That's
All
something for
right.
us to test out. I have no
Yeah.
idea. But
Uh,
yeah, you now have a mirror so you can look at yourself and see if you look good and do some weird facial reactions if you have a Quest Pro. A couple more. There's still a few more. Universal menu customization, which is excellent. Now you can pin apps to your library, which is really
very
nice.
nice, very nice, very nice.
Um, Much needed feature for sure. Now I can pin Walkabout there, even though I always play it all the time, so it always comes on the
It's always
bottom.
in recent, yeah.
But it's nice to pin apps, like say Supernatural, for example, the fitness app. I'm not in it all the time, but it's nice to pin it there. So it's like, Dan, freaking do some exercise because you've had too many, chocolates, mince pies. I don't know. Do you have mince pies? Is that a big thing in America?
I do not. I mean, I've heard of this, but
This is not like
let me see
ground.
this.
This is not like ground beef. This is mince
Yeah,
is like
I've looked this
sultanas.
up. Yeah.
It's delicious. Mince pie is massive in Britain. It's like if
They're like
it
little guys, huh?
yeah, they're like
Is
little puff pastry or short crust pastry kind of
is
pies.
it tart?
No, it's not.
Is it
Mm,
sweet?
it's yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, yeah, it's sweet. It's like a fruit, like a fruit. You know how like Christmas has a lot of fruit kind of
I
cake
got
and
you.
such and all that. It's kind of like that. You got sultanas in and such. I used to hate them as a child, but then someone made me one, a homemade one, and delicious. And I realized that mince pies are best when you put them in the oven for a little bit, make them warm.
That
Beautiful,
makes sense, yeah. Like
absolutely
most pie, I
glorious.
imagine.
If you're in America or in Canada or in a place that doesn't have mince.
Apparently in America they are called mincemeat pie, according to Wikipedia.
Sure, mincemeat pies, yeah, but they're not meat. They are totally veggie. And might be vegan in a way, maybe not the butchery ones, but yeah. If you ever find like a place that has imports, oh, what?
Apparently there's a New England mincemeat pie
Oh,
specifically to this region
oh,
where I live, if you will,
oh,
because the English settlers who we
yeah, yeah.
defeated in the Revolutionary War, they brought over their mincemeat. And so I guess a New England mincemeat pie is similar, but ever so slightly different.
That's cool. I would love for
Yeah.
you to grab one and try one of those on the podcast one day. That'd be excellent. But the
Mm.
mince pies are if you see any places that do like British imports, go buy yourself a pack of mince pies and give them a try. They might be crap. There's some of them that don't taste that good, but I found
Honestly,
one in Canada the other day and it was great. They were
I
imported from Scotland.
I feel like I'm talking to like an Australian who's like telling me to eat Vegemite.
Oh no. Vegemite's like you either hate it or love it. Mince pies is not you either hate it or love it. It's like most of you will love it. Some of you might not like it as much because it's fruit, but won't mind it kind of thing, you know?
Gotcha.
But it's delicious. I used to hate it, remember? And freaking warm it up. And I had a whiskey night with a bunch of friends, and I bought the Scottish mince pies over, and I was like, you got to try these. And they were
You were a big
skeptical,
fan.
and they tried them, and they were like, whoa, these are actually absolutely fantastic. So much that they had two each.
Oh,
Most of them anyway. But anyway, that's mince pies. Back onto the V47 update. Two more things. Now you can capture like photos and videos quickly with the controller. So you can quickly take a photo by holding the Oculus button and then press the right controller trigger. And to quickly record a video, you can hold the Oculus button and then long press the right controller trigger, which is nice because I remember you could do the photo one before, but I don't think you could do a video one until
yeah,
now.
I do remember the photo, but yeah, that
And
is.
you can do a video one, which is nice. I also use the Hey Facebook kind of part to
Do
record
you
video.
you
I just used
use
it
the
the other
voice
day
commands?
because I didn't know how to record video of the Oculus Home, and I
Yeah.
had to do it for the last video I did. So I just used used
voice.
the voice and it worked. It was great. Anyway, final one, and then we'll wrap it up. MetaQuest Touch Pro controllers are now available for the Quest 2. You can now buy them. They are
Woot woot.
coming to people in December, and I think PJ VR Verdict podcast, he's got them ordered. But they are not compatible with the Quest 2. And initially they didn't say it in the release notes, but then we found that it is. Um, are you gonna get those Pro controllers at all or
Not
not?
just yet, but we'll see.
If they're like there's like some good
Yeah,
support for them
there ain't no
essentially.
reason to get them yet. Also, low on disposable income for that
Yeah, it is
until
Christmas
after
time in the end of the
Christmas.
day. Yeah, that's fair enough. Me too, to be honest. Me too. I was just gonna. The only reason why this is, I think, is really exciting is that Rezel, Player 22, which is an app on Quest that you does like athlete sport training essentially. They have tested out full body tracking with the Quest Pro controllers. So essentially, they have created a accessory that you can put on your shoes, and you connect your Quest controller to your shoes at the top of your shoes, and then when you play soccer,
You can
I
play
would
some
say.
football.
Yeah, football or slash soccer, you can actually kick the ball and such, and that's how they normally do it because their main app is actually for the index.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
body tracking. Yeah.
it has like proper, and it's used by athletes across America, across the UK and such, across Europe, just across a lot of places actually. And but the for the Quest version now they finally got this like feature to do full body tracking in a way. So I'm excited to try that out. That doesn't come out till January, but hopefully that comes out before I get rid of the Quest Pro. But every time I jump into the Quest Pro, I'm not gonna lie, I always say I'm gonna keep it. So we'll see if I actually do. We'll see if I actually do. But yeah, more on that later. Anything to add, Samson?
Nay,
Anything?
nay, nay.
Did you see the Sony motion body trackings, by the way?
Yeah, I
Little,
saw some. I saw a video on those. Those look pretty cool.
there's
Those
little.
look
So
pretty cool. They're
essentially,
only in Japan.
Sony came out with these like small little rings that they're motion trackers, and you can attach one to your forehead, to your ankles, to your arms. I think there's six of them, and they're compatible with Quest as well, and they're compatible with VR chat, and you can just do
They're
full body
intriguing,
tracking as VR chat, but
and
only in
they
Japan.
look pretty light too, like small, easy.
I think
Yeah,
that's all. They're just like small little tiny
yeah.
plastic kind of rings with a little chip in them, and you know, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how it works. You going to
Well,
Japan anytime soon?
no, no,
Any of our Japan listeners, I don't know if we have any, but feel free to let us know what that looks
for
like
sure.
on the
And
Discord.
for any of our listeners in the Northeast, we have a great guest on for next week.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We do. That actually wraps up the podcast. Samson, I know it's late over there. 10:20,
Tis,
10:20.
tis, tis, tis.
Boy needs to sleep and get ready because he's got to give
Santa
present.
needs his shut
Santa
eye.
Samson needs to shut eye. Like Samson said, next week we have a guest podcast. So until then, we will see you next week. Bye now.